back on pitch side, and what a win for Karachi Kings. Just what they needed in this tournament, some confidence, those extra points as well, and all-round performance by them. They managed to bowl really well, some standout performers like Mir Hamza, Hassan Ali, and then you had the batting performance by them. Kieron Pollard with those monstrous sixes, sort of taking them over the line. Peshawar Zalmi, lots to reflect for them. They weren't able to put together those runs that were required in these conditions. Babar Azam mentioning in his interview that he was targeting 180. Wasn't the case, but time for Karachi Kings to celebrate at least today. And to celebrate the Karachi Kings win, I've got with me a very, very special guest, Hassan Ali, joined by Marina Iqbal. Hassan, great performance by Karachi Kings. पहले तो मैं ये कहूँगी कि आप और भी ज़्यादा मज़ीद फिट लग रहे हैं, तो 3 विकेटें भी आपने हासिल की. So overall, it was a great day for Karachi Kings.
बिल्कुल, थैंक यू सो मच फॉर हैविंग मी. बिल्कुल ये बड़ा अच्छा दिन था, जिस तरह आपने बात की है, मेंशन किया कि ऑलराउंड परफॉर्मेंस थी. बॉलिंग हमने बहुत अच्छी की, स्टार्ट हमें बड़ा अच्छा मिला, जिस तरह शोएब भाई ने पहली बॉल पे ही विकेट्स ली. और आप यू नो कि जब आप मोमेंटम आपके पास आता है तो यू कैन यूटिलाइज यू नो ना अपनी जितनी वेरिएशन है. सो वी वर स्टिक ऑन आवर प्लान्स. और जिस तरह मीर हमजा ने विकेट्स ली और उसके बाद फिर मैं जब आया और मिडल में भी जब विकेट्स ली, तो उसके बाद पोलार्ड ने जो कर दिया है आई थिंक. बट शोएब मलिक एंड विंसी भी बहुत अच्छा खेले हैं और अखलाक ने बड़ा अच्छा बैटिंग में जो है वो मोमेंटम दिया. तो आई थिंक ऑल ओवर दी यू नो द ऑल राउंडर परफॉर्मेंस जो है वो बड़ी अच्छी रही है.
अच्छा, आपकी जो स्ट्रेंथ होती थी हमेशा, वो हमने देखी है दैट यू हैड दैट एबिलिटी टू ब्रिंग द बॉल बैक इन. एंड ऑब्वियसली बीच में आपकी इंजरीज भी रही, एक टफ सॉर्ट ऑफ स्ट्रगल रहा, बट देन यू रीगेन्ड फिटनेस. अब आहिस्ता आहिस्ता आप फॉर्म में भी जो लग रहा है कि आहिस्ता आहिस्ता वापस आ रहे हैं, तो आप हाउ आर यू फीलिंग yourself, you know, when you're back on the field?
अभी recently, I don't wanna say that, but अभी जिस तरह आपने पूछा है, I have left my BPL contract और I work with your brother हुसैन भाई. तो अभी फिटनेस पे बहुत काम किया और जो है इसलिए जो एक बॉडी शेप में आई है. और मीनवाइल मैंने अपनी बॉलिंग पे जो चीज़ें थी उन पे बड़ा काम किया एंड लुक फिट और रिदम भी बड़ा अच्छा लग रहा है. एंड आई डिड यू नो द हार्ड वर्क in the last whole months. तो परफॉर्मेंस आ गई है, इससे कॉन्फिडेंस भी मिलेगा और फिर आपका जब कॉन्फिडेंस बूस्ट होता है तो फिर आप परफॉर्मेंस जो है वो देने की कोशिश करते हैं.
हसन, ऑब्वियसली आप ऐसे डिफरेंट स्टाइल्स हमें नजर आते हैं. कुछ स्टाइलिस्ट रखा हुआ है या ये खुद की चॉइस है?
देखिए, ये मेरी खुद की चॉइस है, बट या स्टाइलिस्ट तो यू नो ऑलवेज देयर. और फिर जो वो आपको कहीं ना कहीं पे ग्रूम करते रहते हैं. बट ये मैंने खुद जो है वो बोला था कि थोड़ा इस तरह रख लेते हैं, छोटी दाढ़ी बड़ी मूछें.
अच्छा, आपने पहले बात की थी स्टार्ट में भी कि रोल डिफाइन होना बहुत ज़रूरी होता है. तो एज अ विकेट टेकिंग बॉलर अगर आपका रोल आ जाए रन्स कंटेन करने में, तो क्या स्किल में डिफरेंस आता है?
देखिए, मुझे बिलीव नहीं है कि रन कंटेन करने में आप जाएं. आई डोंट बिलीव. जब तक आप विकेट्स का सोचेंगे नहीं, जब आप विकेट्स की तरफ देखेंगे नहीं, तो आपको विकेट्स नहीं मिलेंगी. और कोई भी फॉर्मेट है उसमें जब तक आप विकेट्स नहीं लेंगे, आप रन रेट जो है उसको कंट्रोल नहीं करते. सो आई एम स्ट्रॉन्ग बिलीवर कि आप यू लुक ऑल द टाइम विकेट्स. और जिस तरह जो T20 होती है जिसमें आप 2 से 3 डॉट बॉल करते हैं एंड यू नो कि बैट्समैन जो है ही कैन कम हार्डर, तो उसमें आपके पास चांस होता है विकेट्स लेने का. तो बेसिक्स क्रिकेट्स की वही हैं और आई थिंक अगर बेसिक्स आपके ठीक हों तो सारी चीज़ें जो वो एक लाइन में चलती हैं.
अच्छा, ये बताएं कि एज अ फास्ट बॉलर, इज इट you know for you when you look at the kind of skills that you can offer, is it really about pace or is it about the fact कि आप अपनी थोड़ी सी movement जो है, swing है, seam है, आपके लिए as a fast bowler या accuracy control, like what's the most important thing for you?
For me, देखें, people wants to see you know the pace, bouncers, yorkers, but for me, I have strong believer कि अगर आपके पास skill नहीं है तो अब pace जो है वो you know the does not matter. तो अगर आपके पास skill है, so you can run you know the marathon, long way you can go. We have biggest example Jimmy Anderson, 40-year-old में भी वो 135, 136 में जो है वो bowling कर रहे हैं. तो या पेस डज मैटर सम टाइम. पेस हो आपके पास तो ऑब्वियसली पेस बॉलर भी दुनिया में आए हैं, बड़े बड़े तेज़ जो है फास्ट बॉलर. बट मेरा बिलीव है कि अगर आपके पास स्किल हो, जैसे आउट स्विंग, इन स्विंग, रिवर्स स्विंग, यॉर्कर, बाउंसर, तो आई थिंक आपके पास ज़्यादा चांस है. बट या ऑब्वियसली देयर इज़ ऑलवेज नीड यू नो हेल्दी पेस. 135 यू नो 130, अगर आप 140 के इर्द गिर्द रहेंगे तो उसके साथ अगर आपके पास स्किल हो तो आई थिंक यू आर द बेस्ट.
One thing we've always seen from you, Hassan, regardless of the situation, is that you seem to really enjoy your cricket. You know, your generator celebration is back. You've always got a smile on your face, and you seem to love doing your job.
देखें वेल लाइफ एक ही दफ़ा मिलती है लाइफ इस ज़िंदगी में, तो आई थिंक उसको जो है वो एंजॉय करना चाहिए. आई वाज बैगिंग फॉर द द आउट कैप, पहला जो है वो मिसिंग हो गया, तो अभी प्लीज़ जो है ना इसको बस क्लिक दिखा देना. सो दैट वाज द मोमेंट, और बिल्कुल एंजॉय करना चाहिए. और वी आर एंटरटेनर, चाहे आपकी परफॉर्मेंस हो या आप कोई भी नोटी हरकत कर लें तो जो मेरी फेमस होती हैं, तो बस इसी तरह जो है वो लाइफ को जो है वो बना के रखा हुआ है कि ऑब्वियसली ऑन अदर साइड सम टाइम आप सैड भी होते हो, आप इमोशनल्स भी होते हो. सो आई हैव ऑल द फीलिंग्स, लेकिन ये है कि जब आप कैमरा में होते हो तो आपको अच्छा नज़र आना चाहिए, आप स्माइल आपके फेस पे हो और लोगों को एंटरटेन करें.
All right, Hassan, I'm going to say good luck to you for
Thank
the
you.
remaining games. You've been absolutely brilliant. You heard it from Hassan Ali. He got the key wickets for Karachi Kings and also a nice welcome return. Good to see him doing well. He's been an integral part. Just have a look at the table now, the league table, and see where things are standing at this point of time. So Multan Sultans at the top with 4 points, tied with Quetta Gladiators. Both the sides are looking rather good. Then you've got Karachi with a win under their belt. They'll be happy. Islamabad losing one and winning one. And Zalmi is yet to get off the mark in this campaign of theirs in the HBL PSL. Lots to reflect from a Zalmi point of view. I've now been joined by Ian Bishop. Hassan Ali has left us. Obviously, he's got plenty more to do to relax and unwind. Bish, just on Peshawar Zalmi then, we spoke about Karachi Kings, how good they were. Where do you think Zalmi was lacking today?
Well, I think Zalmi will be disappointed in both games that they've played from a batting perspective, because they've got a lot of power hitters. They've got Babar Azam, Mohammed Harris, who hasn't fired yet. Their bowling attack generally it lacks the star quality compared to some others in the tournament. I thought Waqar Salamkir would have brought that penetration for them today, but Pollard took him apart. But I think generally, if I were to say, it was the batting that didn't fire.
Now, we've seen Kieron Pollard's career. Obviously, you've seen it closely. You know what his roots are. And I asked him in the interview, I said, you still got it. And he just, responded to me and said, who said I didn't? Right? So it's almost like he's still got a point. It's great to see that he's still got that hunger and he's got that point to prove, and he can entertain the audience anywhere around the world and hit those monstrous sixes.
Yeah, look, he's an immensely proud guy, and I haven't seen him bat as well as he has been batting, Marina, in the last, I would say, 2 years. So from 35 to 36, he's batted as well as I saw him maybe at his peak in his mid-20s. And I don't know, he works with this trainer from Trinidad, a guy who's here with him. So he tries to keep himself in the best shape, but he knows that there are guys down the ground, right? You see those red spider legs there? There was Rodman Powell behind the bowler. There was a long off and a long on, because they know that's where he's going to hit most of them. And he still clears them. He just trusts his instincts, and he's very proud. He wants to win more than those 17 titles. And most importantly, he feels that he's a leader, and his time now to throw the rope back over his shoulder and bring other young players with him.
That's great to know, actually, Marina, because, he is interested in grooming others as well. It's so important. A lot of the times you see a lot of the players very focused on sort of self-development, but it's great to see that that development is happening, is being passed on, that knowledge is being passed on to the others as well. What did you like about his innings today?
I think, as Bish mentioned, that obviously for a batter it takes a little bit of time to get that maturity going on, to just find the right balance for yourself as a batter as well. And I think you need to give a little bit more cushion. And from 28 onwards, you sort of know exactly what your game is and how you can take apart the ballers. And I think whenever you look at Pollard now, he's very sorted. He knows that what his role is, he knows where his strengths lie, and he knows that he's carrying a reputation that he has to live up every day. And I think that is where that hunger drives, because that people are expecting whenever he walks out in the middle, not just the crowd, his teammates, everyone batting with him expects him to deliver, and that actually drives you.
Can I just say, the way that he responded to your, I think, appropriate question, the way that he responded is kind of a way for him to sort of put a target on the wall and said, I need something to keep motivating me, so I'll put this spin in that target. So next time I have this to aim for. So I think it's just a way of motivating himself.
Absolutely, and that's the kind of motivation. I mean, it was great to see, you know, that there's someone out there who's taking his job very seriously. But coming back to Zalmi, what does Babar need to do? He spoke about the fact that, you know, they've been about 30 runs short, Marina. That middle order needs to up their game, obviously, going into the tournament. But he spoke about that as well. But what, according to you, is lacking or missing from that lineup?
Well, if I talk about batting, I think the openers are sorted, but I'm not happy with how Haris has been approaching games for a while now, because he's getting consecutive chances, but whenever he comes out, he throws his wicket. So probably, if you look at the squad available, I think Hasibullah would be a better option. He is well settled at number 3. He can keep the wickets as well, and he can provide you a sort of stability that you need at number 3. Yes, I do understand the intent, but I think Hasibullah is also a decent player. Moving forward, I would like to see another spinner they can bring up in their lineup, and they need to sort of have someone with Waqar. I think I still give him a lot of credit the way he's bowled. Obviously, bowling against Pollard it's not an easy task. But again, I think that someone like Arif Yaqub, I've seen him. He's a very mature guy. He has a lot of skills. So I think he can probably fit in. But the bigger names need to take the game deeper, and they need to deliver.
Just on Babar Azam's batting then, Bish, he's been scoring the runs. He scored in the last game as well with a decent strike rate. Obviously, everybody around him has not been sort of there to support him. But overall, 10,000 T20 runs, second fastest Pakistani. I mean, we know that he's quality. Is there anything else that he can do to improve himself, or is it just a case of sort of continuing what he's doing so far?
What I think we've seen from him is some self-improvement over the last 12 to 16 months, because we talked about that his tournament last year where he scored 500 runs and his strike rate was a lot higher than it would have been in the past. So that's self-development, and that's exactly what he needed to do. In the first game, he started off like a house on fire, and then wickets started falling. So then he had to try to sort of hold things together, and today again. So I think it's just a matter of him just continuing at that pace in which he starts off. But the other guys have to do their job around him. He can't do everything. The faster he scores, the higher the risk is and the likelihood he'll get out. So it's the other guys have to do their job.
Right, the leading batter, as we mentioned, Babar Azam, Inverex, Hanif Mohammad Cap, 140 for Peshawar Zalmi, most runs in the HBL PSL. Not a surprise when it comes to the record books. He's definitely always right up there, but would perhaps need that support from others. Fewest innings to 10,000 runs in T20s. Babar Azam is right there with 271. So congratulations to him. This is quite an elite club. You've got Chris Gale, Virat Kohli and some other notable legends of the game. Marina, from a Karachi perspective, it was a great day at the office for them. What can they do to further improve their game? Because remember, it's just we're still early into the tournament. There's a long way to go.
Well, I think today specifically they were very good with the lengths, and it wasn't an easy surface even for the batters, but I think in terms of their bowling they're quite sorted, but whenever it comes to batting you feel that they're a little jittery there. Again, I think the more they play on these surfaces, they will get comfortable. It's just early days, as you mentioned, and obviously every batter needs to get a bit of sort of cushion around them. But I think that today must have given them a lot of confidence. Right now, this combination looks fine for me.
This combination is... Do you want to add something to that, Bish? You've got a smile on your face. You've got a smile on your face, so I just want to pick on that.
I agree with what Marina was saying. I was just intrigued by what she said. I think she's quite right. The other thing is batting first and chasing in the tournament, whether it's here or in Multan. Particularly here, we've had one team, I think, who's batted first and won. So knowing how much is enough at this point in the tournament, batting first, incredibly challenging on some of these pitches which are so good.
Absolutely. Batting wickets, that's what we've seen so far in Lahore. But we've got another match just now. We're keeping you entertained in the HBL PSL. And it is the finalists of last year, Multan Sultans. They are taking on Lahore Qalandars, who won But of course, remember, they're yet to win a game in this HBL PSL as well. Bish has got a bit of a fist pump going. Pumped for who?
For the match later. I'm not picking any sides, but those are two good teams. I want to leave here, get back to my hotel room to watch this game. I love Multan Sultans and I love Shaheen Afridi.
Shaheen Afridi, definitely. Lahore Qalandars, I mean, the people of Lahore, they're yet to witness that win. You know, they've been coming in huge numbers. We love Lahore Qalandars, everybody does. But it seems like that's the one thing that's been rather missing. Thank you so much for your thoughts, Marina and Bish. As always, it's a pleasure to have them. We had a fantastic game here today at Gaddafi Stadium, but we'll have another one now. It's Multan versus Lahore. I'm sure you all are sort of glued to your seats. Plenty of talent for display as well on both the sides. Multan in good rhythm. Lahore looking for a win. Don't go.